Welcome back, guys. Today we're here with the X-Fly SU-27 and we're gonna get a flight with this guy in beautiful skies that we have today. Barely no wind, which is awesome. So a couple things with this plane. I actually just changed out the ESCs in this plane. The stocky ESCs, they were fine. It's just for some reason it just felt like it had like this soft or slow throttle up that I just didn't like. When I would give it full throttle, you could still hear the engines like spooling up, like I don't know. Sorry for the weird sound there, but anyway, yeah, man, it just felt like it throttled up kind of slow. I just didn't really like that, man. So I borrowed ESCs out of my Freewing A10. And popped them in there. They're twin 40 amp hobby wing ESCs, and we have them installed inside here, and the throttle just feels a little bit more better and more instant, like just normal. But yeah, so we're flying this on HRB 2600s. We're gonna pop this open here to show you HRB 2600, and I do have them set this battery all the way back only because the regular ESCs that it comes with in the plane, they kind of sit back here ish, and these ESCs, because of the way they're wired, they're sitting kind of up here, and there's two ESCs in there, so there's a little bit of weight, so the CG had to go back a little bit. And like I said, I am on 2600s. I have no luck with 2200s on this plane at all. I've seen other people fly it on 2200, and I don't know how they do it. I guess they fly around at like half throttle or something. And maybe I'm on the throttle too much on this plane, but the times I've tried to fly this plane on 2200, I was at dead stick, quick. And you can see here, this bubble mark here from where the battery, the 2200 battery was when I had it all the way up here. The battery got so hot, and I was at dead stick at like 3 minutes. And even now I'm on a 2-minute and 30-second timer, and I'm probably going to be out by then. Like the battery will be at like 10%. So I do have a checker with me, and I'll check the cells when we get her back down. Flying her on an AR630 receiver with Safe. I do have Safe on. We're going to hand launch it in Safe. Functional working rudders on this plane, as you see there. Yeah, let's get this plane up. And like I said, very minimal wind, which is good, and a pretty sky, which is also good. All right, let's do a control surface check here before we hand launch. Make sure everything's going the right way. Oh. Make sure Safe is correcting everything the right way. All right, we're good. Throttle is arm. I do have flaperons programmed in on it, but I don't use the flaperons for when I hand launch it. I mainly use it just for landing. And I'm going to expect this plane to drop. Every time I hand launch this plane, for some reason she like drops altitude real low and then picks up, so I'm at full elevator when I hand launch it. So I got to make sure I get a good launch and get a good height on it, and expect it to drop down. So yeah, let's go. So full throttle, and we're going. Yeah, full elevator the whole time there, trying to get her up, and she's up. Like this plane, it just feels like it's sort of weak. We're in Safe. We're gonna pop her out of Safe there. It just feels like initially it feels a little weak. It's like you got to get the plane going. Once you get the plane going, she has decent speed. That's full throttle there. Almost felt like it was rolling to the right there. And I did bump the rates up on this plane from the last time I flew it, because I felt like the last time I flew it felt kind of mushy. I almost really didn't bump up the rates too much. What I did was I took out some expo. I think I had like 30 or 35% expo. I think I bumped it down to 25. I usually fly expo on everything that I fly. That's just me, that's my preference. And this plane, because it doesn't have the full flying stabs in the back, it has those small elevators. You got to kind of have a lot of elevator throw to get the plane to do what you want it to do. But you see it has good vertical, man. Like it's going up there. So bring her back down. But this plane just flies rock solid, man. Like it really does fly. X-Fly does their thing, man. Like, you know, the T7 flies absolutely awesome, and it's just, the build quality is great. And I was hoping I didn't hit that tree there because I was kind of flirting with it. And this plane is no exception, man. This plane flies really, really well. You don't want to get it too slow because I think just the way the SU-30 is, the way the wings are designed, you don't want to get it too slow because she will stall on you. And there's my timer already. So what we're going to do is we're going to pot safe and bring her around because I do not want to push these batteries because this plane will dead stick on you. Let's get her around here. And I feel like I'm too hot, so we're going to lap her back around and pop a notch of flaps, throttle down, get her over, and that's pretty good right there. We're going to let it glide. She's going to let her relax. And I flared a little too much and it kind of picked up a little bit more altitude than I wanted, but she's down in one piece and down really nicely. And also too, when you're landing this plane, especially if you're belly landing it, you kind of want to hold that high angle of attack, because the way this plane is you see, you know, the nose kind of points down, so you don't want to land it. You don't want to land this or belly land this plane even level, because you know you'll dig the nose into the ground. And as you can see, I already broke the nose tip off. I had to glue the nose tip back on, and I broke the pitot tube off because of that same reason. So if you're belly landing this plane, make sure you hold a high angle of attack as you're landing, because you kind of want to land it in a high alpha as much as you can, because that nose will dig down in on you. So let's check. We are at 24 seconds left on my timer. Actually, I feel like I went 24 seconds over, to be honest with you. But I had a 2-minute and 30-second timer, and we are going to check these cells. Battery feels pretty hot. And yeah, see, 14.68, 9% left on the battery. 3.6, 3.6, 68, 3.67, 3.65, 3.68 a cell on a 2-minute and 30-second timer on 2600s. And like I said, maybe it's the way I fly it, maybe I'm on the throttle too much, but listen, it's a beautiful plane and it's a jet. I don't buy jets to fly slow. That's just me. So yeah, man, I don't know how guys do it on 2200s. Like I said, maybe they're conserving throttle more than I do. But man, it's just, she's a beauty, man. I want to see her flying. I want to see her going. I want to do rolls and loops, and you know what I mean. I want this plane to perform like an SU-27 would perform, you know. So, you know, I actually try to throw a 3000 inside this plane, and 3000 is too much. It's too much. Too big a battery, too much weight, and the plane feels way too mushy. So like, you're right at the limit with 2600s. Maybe if you can find some battery company that makes a 27 or a 28, I don't know, or just maybe a better quality battery may give it better times or performance. But like I said, you know, I like to fly my jets the way jets are designed to be flown. And This one, you know, you just got to fly it for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and bring her down quickly, because if not, you're going to be a dead stick unless you're, you know, flying slowly and putzing around the field, which I don't, honestly, I don't advise people fly this plane slow, because like I said, this plane will bite you, man. It will stall on you, and then you're going to be out of plane, which is not good. The one time I had the dead stick landed out there, you know, it got slow, and I was trying to get her back into the runway, and it got slow right on final, and it did tip stall. You know, it tipped the wing and went down, and you can see right here where this wingtip here broke off, and the nose actually bent over, and luckily there wasn't a lot of damage. I was able to glue that wingtip rail back on, and I was able to, you know, finesse the nose back over straight, and it doesn't look like anything's wrong with it. But yeah, man, like I said, to each his own. I like to fly my jets fast, and I just wish I could fly this on a bigger battery. But with the way the cockpit is inside there, the canopy is inside there, there's not really, you don't have very many options. But yeah, anyway, that's me. That's the X-Fly SU-27, and yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.